Yeah, they got a lot of guys that are fast. They move really well, and they're really really multiple. They like to throw a lot of different things at you on base, down, and D. I mean, they run every single coverage you can see and every single coverage that you can think of. But then on third downs, they really buckle down and run a lot of man coverage. So we got to make sure our guys are winning, and I'm throwing good catchable balls that we can let our playmakers make plays.
You talked about how you were happy you guys could be the reason on that last drive. How do you make that at the start of games?
Yeah, the thought process of us starting slow. I mean, we've played some really good teams and we've started slow, especially against. I mean, Indiana's a top 5 or top 2 team. Oregon I don't know what they're going to be ranked after, but they're a top 10 team as well. So again, these are some really great teams that we're playing against, and we got to, I guess, bring out some more energy or do something a little bit differently to get the energy going, get the plays going at the start of games. But I mean, we're playing good teams, I guess. So
When you're on the road and you don't have the energy of the crowd, how do you guys kind of manifest it yourself out of the gates?
We kind of have, I guess, a motto on offense sometimes when we're playing in away games. It's FEE, and I'm not going to say what that actually means. But, it's kind of sometimes it's just us in there, and it's always really fun to be in a hostile environment, play in front of a good crowd when it's just you guys, your offense, the defense, the special teams just all together, and everyone else is cheering against you. It's kind of brings everyone together a little bit, and it's always fun.
Mark,
So is that
that out myself.
Yeah.
the 3 losses, so close. Do you ever let yourself play the what if game? 10 points away from being undefeated, that what if game?
I would love to say I don't, but I mean, I'm human. Everyone's human. There's always that what if thought process about different games, but it's something that you can't sulk on. You can't think about it forever, and maybe that was something that I thought about on Saturday, maybe a little bit on Sunday, and you get that 24-hour rule to kind of think like that. But then you gotta have to push it to the side, and what's happened, and you got to be able to move forward on it.
How do you push it to the side? Do you just kind of train your brain in a sense? Do you find something to get your mind off of it? How do you actually make that transition?
I think, yeah, you're welcome. I think it's kind of just the thought of you got to move on to the next game. You have a new opponent. You have to focus on all the new things that they're trying to throw at you. So kind of being able to just kind of almost distract yourself it's not distract yourself because you're still trying to learn and everything, but moving on to the next game film and really starting to watch the next defense and really trying to dive in and learn all about them so you don't have to even think about what's going on behind you.
So was that a 6-7 celebration, or was that premeditated? Our kids want to know.
It was a 6-7 celebration. That was one of the most exciting moments I've ever been on a football field. Almost completely just blacked out in the moment. It was just super exciting, and I don't even know what I did in that moment, really.
Speaking of numbers, do you guys practice 2-point conversions specifically, or is it more like fourth and goal from the 3? I mean, that's basically what your QB draw was, I know, but how much do you talk about 2s?
I mean, 2-point conversions, to be honest, we don't really practice them. I mean, there might be a couple times in fall camp we'll go after some plays, but we practice a lot of plays like 3rd and 5, 3rd and 3, just in that short range right there, which is basically 2-point conversions. But we try to be not as gimmicky on those downs. We try to go with plays that we've practiced a lot in certain situations in that way, but I guess they just haven't really worked out for us this year. But we have the plays that we've been successful on in camp and been successful on throughout the season. Just unlucky, I guess, on those ones in important times of the game, I guess. So
your guys' identity was running the ball, controlling the tempo, line of scrimmage. To know you guys did that against Oregon, came up just short. How important is it to stick to that identity and stay with that confidence again?
Yeah, I think it's always been a big part of our game to be able to control the clock. And I mean, that last drive was awesome to see. We took 6 minutes off the clock. I wish it was a little bit more than that and after looking at it. But, it's been part of our offense trying to keep the defense off the field, make sure they're rested so when they're in, they can bring out the best of their abilities. But I mean, there's still some aspects that we got to continue to improve upon in the pass game, and especially myself just earlier in the games, I think we could have done a better job in the pass game as well. Instead of just on that last drive, we ended up doing a really good job kind of adding a different element, having to have some big passes in there to keep the drive going. But our identity starts with the run and try to get some play action off of it, and we just got to continue to do what we do and win games that way.
Do you feel like you have the leaders on this team, yourself included, to keep guys motivated? The playoff may be out of reach. You feel like you have the guys in the locker room to say, hey, we still got 3 games left to do this thing.
Yeah, and obviously there's a lot of things that can happen in the next 3 weeks. Obviously we need a lot of help from other people. But I think we have great leaders in this locker room. I mean, especially with me and Logan Jones on the offense, being able to motivate the guys in the huddle, getting everyone in and out of the huddle, getting some tempo going, energy at practice. We still have a lot to play for. There's still 3 games the rest of the season. No matter if it's a bowl game at the end or if we get lucky and end up making the CFP. We got to always be ready, and we always got to improve. And as us, as like seniors as well, we got to continue to help the younger guys improve too when they're in there, and kind of almost leave our legacy for the following years past that we're here.
Did you get to watch USC on Friday and see Griffin have a heck of a game?
Yeah, I watched that game. I ended up falling asleep before the end of it. But it's kind of been interesting that Northwestern and we've kind of aligned the past. Not the past couple games, but then they played before Penn State. We got to watch them then, so it's been kind of cool to watch those guys on film.
Seeing Griffin though have a big game, and just I don't know if you've kept in touch with him, of 2 guys that have made the jump to FBS, and just the success you guys have been having.
Yeah, funny enough, I'm rooming with Bryce, who's from SDSU, and Griffin's rooming with offensive guard that was at SDSU with him as well there. And it's been cool to see their success, and they've been playing well. I've been really connected with them, and I just want to keep seeing him have success as well, just being an FCS guy going to FBS.
Yeah. You guys actually had more passing yards than Oregon the other day. Did you get, even though it was a low-scoring game, did you gain some confidence in the passing game that you can take out to California?
Yeah, there's definitely some aspects of it that we could definitely grab and continue to push forward on. And again, it was a sloppy game for the most part. The rain kind of made an impact on the entire game as a whole. But it does give us a little bit of confidence, but there's still so many things that we need to get better on and keep improving upon to get over, I guess, the hump of even just throwing for more yards throughout a game.
I want to follow up from what Elliot asked earlier, just in the fact that, you haven't lost it that many games in your career. How have you learned about yourself, kind of going through this leadership side of things of, this is a new experience for me, losing as many games as they have in 1 year, but how are you growing from that yourself?
Yeah, it's been a good leadership learning opportunity of, I guess, how to approach different people. I know there was a question on Saturday after the game is how do you approach different guys in the locker room at that, and I think it's been a good learning opportunity for me to be able to try and learn when I need to build guys up after losses, when I need to kind of get on some people, I guess, in certain situations. So I guess the biggest thing is it's been a good learning opportunity on the leadership side, on the people relationship side of more than anything.
What did they present defensively at USC?
Yeah, they're a very multiple defense. Especially on the base down and D, first and second down, they like to run every single coverage in the book. And then on the third downs, they like to go a lot of man coverage, try to heat you up a little bit, run some blitzes, and put a lot of pressure on you in those situations. So for me, on those situations, I just got to give our guys an ability or a chance to make plays. Just give them a shot out there, give them a catchable ball, and then just on base down and D, we got kind of just stick to our game plan about just our Iowa identity of just running the football, doing some play action here and there, and figuring it out on that side.
The talking heads last week were like, oh, Iowa's, look out for Iowa, and this week it's like, oh, this is a terrible matchup for Iowa. Like, no one's giving you guys a chance. I don't feel like on the outside. So
yeah,
kind of back in your comfort zone here. Or?
No, I don't mind being the hype, being the hunted. It was kind of good to hear that last week of everyone kind of having some confidence in us, and obviously we weren't able to pull through in the end of the game. But I thought it was a fantastic game. Both teams competed super hard on Saturday, and it was super fun to play in that environment. But heading into this week, it's just sometimes after losses and you kind of lose the good opportunity of losing control of your own destiny in the sense of the college football playoffs. So people kind of lose interest in you a little bit, especially in the national media. So I think it's good to be flying under the radar a little bit heading into this one. And I'm excited to play in a good, fun atmosphere on Saturday.
How'd the knee hold up after a lot of rushing attempts the other day?
Yeah, it felt good. Obviously the body was sore after that one because it was such a physical game, and those guys were hitting hard over there. But I feel good coming out of it.
How can you come out to a faster start as a quarterback?
Yeah, it's something that's not like you can really go out and practice your
I know,
starts
you
other
can't,
than
that's what I
like
mean.
yeah, it's interesting. I mean, the one thing that we continue to just focus on and really get after our guys on in practice is keeping the tempo up, making sure right at the beginning of practice we're ready to go, locked in, firing on all cylinders. And again, we played some great teams already, and I guess against Indiana, Oregon, I guess we had some slow starts, but I mean those are 2 top 10 teams in that situation. So being able to, if we would have been able to start better, maybe the games would have been a little bit different. But again, those are some great teams, and I mean, we competed throughout the entire game in both of those games.